Welcome to the Arabesque Sewing Studio. Now in this video I'm going to show you the simple technique for shortening a metal zipper. So if your project calls for a zipper that is shorter than what you have, or it's simply an irregular length zipper, I'm going to show you how to shorten it using just a few tools that you'll have around your house. Now if you love sewing organisational and handy technique videos, I'd love you to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button. So let's get started. So I'm just going to run through the tools that you're going to need. I do really recommend that you have a pair of safety glasses because we're going to be snipping these metal teeth off the zipper tape, and they do fly off at random angles and they are sharp. A pen to mark your zipper tape to the right length, old kitchen butter knife, and this is a really flat bladed knife, pair of wire cutters, pair of needle nose pliers, scissors to cut the tape, a box cutter which you may or may not need, have a lighter that is useful if you want to tidy up any raggy ends on the zipper tape at the end. So you're going to need your metal zipper, and I've also got a ruler to mark the length. So I'm just going to have a little look with you at the anatomy of the zipper. So at the base of the zipper we've got a large metal stop that stops the zipper pull coming off the end of the zipper, and at the top here we've also got two smaller stops that also stop the zipper coming off the top of the zipper. Now what we need to do is actually take these off the end of the zipper. You can buy these zipper stops individually and replace these without removing them, but I'm going to show you how to do this today by taking these off and putting them back on where you want them, so you don't have to go out and buy anything new. Just start by measuring the zipper here. So this is a 10-inch or roughly 25 centimeter zipper here. If we measure the length of this here, you'll see that the 10-inch mark actually comes about 1/8 of an inch below the bottom of the base of the zipper stop, and the top of the zipper finishes about 1/8 of an inch below the top of the zipper. They give you a little bit of extra wiggle room just for sewing it at each end here. So let's just say I want my new zipper length to be 6.5 inches long. So I'm going to take the length of my ruler here and I'm going to place my 6.5 inch mark 1/8 of an inch below the base of the zipper here. And then you can see the top here. What I need to do is I want my zipper stops to actually be 1/8 of an inch shorter than this, which means that the very first tooth that I want to remove is the one directly below that. So I'm going to put a mark right next to that tooth here, and this is going to be the first tooth that I remove. And then on the opposing side I'm going to put a mark tooth directly below that, and that is going to be the tooth that I start removing on the other side. So I want to remove a total of about 7 or 8 teeth on each side of the zipper tape. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to put a mark next to that tooth there and count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and put a mark next to that tooth there. I'm going to be removing all the teeth starting next to those marks and all the ones in between. So the next thing to do is open your zipper and take that lower than these marks because you don't want to be removing anything and then losing your zipper pull. And I'm going to show you how to remove these zipper stops off the end of the tape here. So I find this easier to do on the back of my zipper tape. Actually might be able to just get your fingernail in there and remove that just by pulling really hard with your fingernail. I like to get my flat bladed knife and push in there. It takes a bit of a process, but I'm going to open that out, pry it off until I feel that that starts to give, and there we go, that's just popped off nicely. Come back in on this one, so just wiggle your knife in there and then just pry that apart, and there we go. So now we're going to grab my wire cutters and I'm going to start snipping on the tooth that I put this mark at the bottom next to. So I'm going to come in at an angle And there's really not any nice way of doing this. Sometimes you'll find that they come off nice and easily, and other times you have to wiggle and pull a little bit harder. So there we go, I've got the first one off. So then you're just going to work your way up the tape, and you can see, don't know if you heard that, but that's flown across the room. So just make sure that you're wearing your proper safety gear and that no one else is standing in the way where they might get hit. You can use a combination of pulling and cutting. Okay, so that's the last tooth off. So now we've got a nice space there. So all that's left is to take these two zipper stops and put these back on. So I'm just going to take this zipper stop and bend this shut a little bit more than it is. I don't want it quite open quite this much. I just want it just enough so I can slide it over the zipper tape here. Slide them back over the tape right above the top tooth that you want your zipper to finish at. Just take your needle nose pliers and give that a good squeeze to hold that in place. Then take the other one and place that back on. Make sure it's directly above the tooth above it. Give that a good squeeze, and then I like to come in on the other side. Just give it a bit more. Just do a little test run of your zip now. That's finishing very nicely. Just trim off the zipper right on those marks that we made. And then if you think that your zipper tape is looking a little bit raggy, you can just come in with your lighter and just boop it along the ends. There we go. Have a very nice shortened zipper that is perfect length for the project that you need, and you didn't need to go out and buy anything. So let me know how you went in the comments below, because I'd love to know how well you've gone shortening your zipper.